waking up on time, doing certain things at certain time in a certain manner, and report to certain people, wear certain kind of clothes, and behave in a certain way. When there are too many rules, you often feel absolutely stifled. You hate the structures and systems, and you often want to either rebel against them or just break free from that. Perhaps you've already done that. Perhaps you've set yourself free. Perhaps you managed to just break all chains that shackled you. And perhaps you're already liberated. Hey, but are you truly liberated? Hi, this is Aatmn Parmar presenting you another episode of Awesome Life with Awesome Vibes. And I'm going to discuss what happens to a structure and how you can flow within the system. How to unshackle yourself and yet manage to feel safe and secure. Well, these are not just concepts. I've applied that to my life, and I'm going to talk to you from my heart because I have gone through seemingly a very stifled life. Well, I was one of those happy go lucky, freely flowing child who felt stifled in a family who believed in very rigid rules and structure, coming from a very traditional Gujarati joint family background where there are rules for everything, including how much you can talk on phone and with whom you can talk on phone, how to serve guests, what to talk, what not to talk, when to sleep, when to get up, when to take bath, and all the rules were specified and everyone adhered to the rule. I found it difficult. And as a result, I started getting suicidal thoughts when I was just 6 years old. And at 15, I actually attempted suicide in a fatal way. Today I can laugh, but it was truly very suffocating. But when I now look back, I know that I had indeed managed to flow within the system. And that was my personal story, my personal need. I also went to a phase where I was completely rebelling, and then I realized something very powerful and beautiful. And I'm going to talk about this revelation today for those who find it difficult to adhere to a system or a structure or family or an organization or even a government rules. Sometimes you just don't want anything. You feel, oh, why the red lights on the street and why these rules and why cops, watching over you and your discipline. Why can't we have a free movement everywhere? And why can't we have all the liberty to do what we want at whatever time? Why timings? Why rules? Why principles? And why all these legalities? Oh God, that's so horrible. You can't really function well. However, have you seen water flowing through the pipeline? Have you seen river flowing in between the banks? Truly, it took a long time for me to realize that structures are designed to facilitate the flow. What would happen to water if there was no structure or system to direct the flow? It would get scattered all over. I see youngsters today who rebel the systems and want to just overflow. That overflow simply scatters them and they find no direction, no path, and feel lost. So it's best that you learn the art of flowing within the system. And when you learn that art, suddenly you realize that you're blessed with so much of safety and security and direction and guidance. Ask people who have felt lost after stepping out of the system. Ask people who had to take charge of their lives and fend for themselves. Ask people who had to be so responsible when they stepped out of the system. Perhaps you are the one. Perhaps you've already faced it or you're already scared of it. That doesn't mean you should not step out of the confinement. But what is confining you is your need for security, your need for direction, your need for assistance, your need for safety, and your limited beliefs and limited conditionings. If you can truly overcome your restrictive beliefs, you can very well flow within the system. Instead of feeling stifled within the system, you can get the best out of the system, and in full integrity, you can flow within the system. You just need to be little creative. How do you do that? Step number one, emotionally declutter yourself. When there are loaded emotions, you will not find the way out. You will not find the answers, guidance, directions, and solutions from your subconscious mind. Number two, meditate, sit, and find a creative solution. Number three, break free, not from the systems, but from your limited beliefs. Recognize them and resolve them and step beyond them. They are restricting you, they are limiting you. Number four, find a little window to flow to begin with. Watch yourself flowing. Every day, do something that is a little bit different than what you had been doing, and find those small little windows where you can flow. And finally, make flowing within the system a way of life. That's what you need to eventually do. It's beautiful. So you get safety, security, direction, and yet you can enjoy your flow within the system. Now, that flow would be different for different people and for different systems, professionally or in personal life, or in perhaps the legal system of your country or the city. But surely there are enough windows where you can sneak out and have your flow and be within the system once again. Or within the system, you can just figure your way out to flow. It's totally possible and it's totally practical. You just have to use a little bit of your creative brain. So, when you just calm down, remain peaceful, and challenge your age old limiting beliefs, you will certainly find a way to do that. Redikall can help you to do that. Let's begin with few of the radical statements. Recite with me or after me. And once you learn radical courses, you'll be able to design your personalized and individualized radical statements. Till then, let's recite together. I purify my stifled feeling. I purify my stifled feelings. I purify my stifled feelings. I purify my perception of restriction. I purify my perception of restriction. I purify my perception of restriction. I purify my need for freedom. I purify my need for freedom. I purify my need for freedom. I purify my need for flow. I purify my need for flow. I purify my need for flow. I purify my need to liberate myself. I purify my need to liberate myself. I purify my need to liberate myself. I purify my need to find a creative solution. I purify my need to find a creative solution. I purify my need to find a creative solution. I purify. I awaken wisdom to flow within the structure. I awaken the wisdom to flow within the structure. I awaken the wisdom to flow within the structure. I synchronize with the flow within the structure. I synchronize with the flow within the structure. I synchronize with the flow within the structure. Keep reciting, keep flowing. Enjoy an awesome life and spread awesome vibes. This is Aatmn Parmar with the episode series of Awesome Life with Awesome Vibes. Keep listening, stay tuned, and share your joy with people around you.